Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, CIG. Good morning, partners. Good morning, friends. Every single person on the call, good morning. It's such a joy to come your way this CIG Night Live. But you know what? Before we go one step further, can you send reminders to all your friends? Let everybody log in because today is going to be wonderful. And of course, in the house today with me is Simply Seton. Simply Seton, you are most welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, our partners. Good morning, guests. Good morning, prospects. Good morning, leaders. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining in with us on CIG Sunday Night Live. It promises to be a very, very exclusive one, a revealing session, and it promises to also be an impactful session. So sit back, be of high expectation as I am, and we are in for a great time tonight. Don't be surprised we say good morning here. On the Long Reach platform is morning all the time because the mornings are full of new horizons. So we see ourselves in the new horizons of a good day. So each time, whether you are in the evening in Nigeria, in West Africa, and in UK, or you are in the afternoon in the US, is good morning, good morning, good morning. So our topic tonight says perseverance against all odds. And we'll be taking, this will be taken by Pastor Pamela. And in fact, I'm just so excited of what I'm gonna gain this evening. So we are live on Facebook right now. So you can do justice by forwarding the link to your various chats and also subscribe to Long Reach CIG on YouTube to get our past videos or whenever we upload our videos. So our guest tonight is someone so special out of our very, very, very tight schedules. She has given us this opportunity to come into our space. She will be introduced by Pastor Loyomi.
Yeah, thank you very much, Simply Seton, and thank you for welcoming everybody. Again, please send out your chats to your friends, to all your chat groups. Let everybody join. And also have a notebook and a biro, and of course, have your alkaline cup. You will need it. So much of nuggets are going to be dropped tonight. Our guest tonight is a pastor and co-founder of the King's Church, Randburg, Johannesburg. She is also the executive director and co-founder of Omega Gospel TV Network, a Christian TV network based in UK and South Africa, broadcasting truth on air globally through its online platform, omegagospel.org. Our guest is a qualified chartered accountant who trained with the prestigious KPMG. She has worked with global organizations such as the Coca-Cola Company and was senior manager with Lloyd South Africa, specializing in corporate governance and risk management consulting. Our guest joined the Long Reach Bioscience International platform in 2016 after being attracted by the quality and uniqueness of its products, as well as the very generous compensation plan. Her passion for Christian entrepreneurship and empowerment, the well-researched Long Reach products, and the fantastic opportunity which she saw led her to immediately introduce the business opportunity to numerous friends and contacts in the UK as well as in South Africa, a country where she had lived for over 20 years and which she considers as her second home. This resulted in a huge team of network marketing professionals in over 20 countries globally within a period of 2 years. She's a Diamond 7 leader in South Africa and also a Diamond 7 leader in the UK on the Long Reach platform. She has successfully qualified for numerous incentives and awards within the business, including car awards, as well as all expense-paid trips to China, USA, Canada, Dubai, Greece, and Malaysia. She remains passionate about empowering and helping her team to also achieve success in their Long Reach business. She has a passion for teaching God's people the truth of his word, as well as encouraging them to know, obey, and walk with the Lord in sincerity. She has 3 adult children and lives in Milton Keynes, UK, as well as Johannesburg, South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, on this platform, receive with us today on CIG Night Live, Pastor Pamela Lloyd Kuyinu. You are most welcome, madam.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening.
Good morning. It's so good to have you.
Good morning. Longreach, good morning.
Yeah. Thank you so much for honoring this invitation, and we don't take your comment for granted at all. We can see the chat popping up. People are excited already. So our topic tonight says perseverance against all odds. So you want to take on that for a few minutes, then we come back for the interactive session, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, and thank you very much. It's my honor to be here with you on CIG Live tonight. I'm really excited as well to be here. It's been a while since I've been in an interview setting. I'm always doing presentations, but not interviews. So before I start off, I just want to quickly acknowledge my team leaders. I don't know if they may or may not be here, but first of all, I want to say thank you to SD3, Emmanuel Edu, who invited me to be here tonight. I appreciate the invitation, and I'm honored and privileged. I also want to say thank you and also appreciate and acknowledge my team leaders, also known as uplines for those who are in the Longreach business. SD4, Sheon Oshofison, and SD4 Happy Oshofison, who mentored me at the beginning. Also, my team leader and upline SD2, Mrs. Titi Amadu, popularly known as Mama Pablo in the business, also a mentor in the business. And my other team leader, SD2, Pastor Esther Ajala, or popularly known as Mama UK, who also mentored me in the business. So I just wanted to appreciate them. I don't know if they're online with us or not. I'm not having a chance to look at the participants, but I just wanted to acknowledge them as well and say thank you for all that you have done to direct and mentor me in the Longreach business. Now, talking about perseverance against all odds, I know that many of us view life as a sprint. Many of us see life as something that you just power on and you just achieve all your goals, and you run after you set your goals, you run after them, you pursue them, and you achieve them, and you have great successes and great victories. But what I've come to learn from my own experience of life and of business is that life is not actually a sprint, but life is actually more like a marathon. Well, as you know, I'm a pastor as well as a committed Christian, so I live my life by faith, and I don't separate my business and my faith. So I do refer to the word of God. I do refer to the Bible, even when I'm talking about business or when I'm talking about life. And the Bible says in Hebrews 12:1 that we should run the race that is set before us with endurance. We should run the race that is set before us with persistence, with endurance, with patience. And that is a scripture that I always take my bearing from. It shows us that persistence and perseverance is needed in whatever we're doing in life, whether it's business, whether it's life, anything we're doing, we need to persevere against all odds. Now, life is not a sprint. Life is a marathon. You're going to come across obstacles, challenges, ups and downs. All kinds of things are going to happen. All kinds of things are going to be thrown at us. And the most important thing that we need is to make sure that we persevere and we do not give up. I am speaking from personal experience, and I know we'll come to that as we go along. But that is really what the topic means to me. That is what it's a topic that's very dear to my heart, because it is encouraging us that no matter what we come across, no matter what we're going through, we do not give up on our life goals. We do not give up on our businesses. We do not allow challenges to throw us off course. We keep going and we remain focused and steady no matter what we are going through. Right now, the world is in turmoil. All kinds of things are happening. If we're going to keep our eyes on those things, we are going to have, our hearts are going to faint. But perseverance against all odds says no matter what is going on around us, we need to persist, we need to persevere. So that is what I would say for now on the topic. And like I said, the Bible encourages us in Hebrews 12:1. Let us run with endurance. If there was no challenge, if there was no obstacle, we wouldn't be encouraged to run with endurance. It is because we are going to come across challenges and obstacles. We are going to come across problems. We are going to need to endure and keep moving. So that is what I would say for now on that topic, and to encourage all of us. I'm here to actually encourage somebody who is weary, who is tired, who is discouraged, who is trying to give up. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, ma'am. We thought you were going to share a slide as promised before, I don't know, maybe just because of time.
That's question 2.
You,
later on.
Yeah.
All right, ma'am. All right. Thank you so much. That was, it was brief and it was hitting. Thank you so much. We can always not get disappointed with people like you anyway. So thank you so much, ma'am. Now,
I will still say more about it. I just want to, I don't want to go on and on, but I will still talk a little bit
oh, okay.
perseverance.
I understand. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, as a mompreneur, and you have some other things you do, you pastor your mother, and you do several things, just as you have mentioned. Now, how will one think of multi-level marketing? Does it downgrade you? You do it in South Africa more, and you do it in the UK as well. So how do you manage to succeed in this business?
Yes, that's an interesting question. I will never say that multi-level marketing will downgrade you or will downgrade your status. The reason why people sometimes feel that way is because they don't understand multi-level marketing. They don't understand the nature of multi-level marketing. They don't understand what it's all about. Some people have, mistakenly assumed that it's a Ponzi scheme or a scam or something like that. I know for sure that multi-level marketing is real. It is actually a legitimate business. It's just that it's a non-traditional business. So people are used to traditional business. They're not used to multi-level marketing because it's a non-traditional business. It's a business model that has been used by top companies around the world, global companies for decades. There are companies that have existed for decades, including the business I'm involved in, which is Longreach. It has existed for over 30 years and have applied the multi-level marketing business model. So it's a non-traditional but legitimate business model. And if you are involved in a legitimate business that is blessing lives, changing lives with our products, our multi-use, holistic, testimony producing, life-changing products, I do not see why I would consider that to be a downgrade of my status. It's an upgrade of my status. If I'm blessing lives, in addition to what I've been doing, I've been a pastor for so many years. The church, the ministry we planted, it was in 2001. It's about 21 years. The TV network was in 2007. That's over 15 years. Now that had already existed, and I've been a chartered accountant since 1991. All that had existed. Now, if I get a chance to add to that, our life-changing, testimony-producing, holistic, multi-use, wealth-creating products, how is that a downgrade of my status? That is an upgrade of my status. Now, people don't understand network marketing or multi-level marketing. They think it's some sort of Ponzi scheme, but really, it's, like I said, it's a non-traditional business model. It's a legitimate business that we're into. We have products that change lives, that touch lives, that create wealth. In conventional marketing, which is where I'm sharing my screen, I just want to show the difference between traditional business and non-traditional business, which is network marketing. In conventional marketing, you have the manufacturer that produces the product. That product goes through a long line of middlemen: national distributor, regional, area distributor, wholesaler, retailer, and then it gets to the consumers. Now, guess what all those people in the middle are putting onto that product? They're adding their profits. So all the middlemen between the manufacturer and the consumer are adding their profits onto that product. By the time it gets to the consumers, that product comes in expensive, but we all walk into the shops and we buy those products, we get nothing for them. That's conventional, traditional business that everybody is used to and everybody assumes is more legitimate than network marketing. But network marketing, the manufacturer produces the product, it goes through the network marketing company and comes straight to us, the distributors and consumers. In doing that, a long line of middlemen are cut off, and then you have 80% of the profit that is added on cut off as well. Now, that is what is shared with us, the distributors, by the network marketing company. So that's the difference in the model, in the business model of network marketing or multi-level marketing versus conventional marketing. We have the opportunity to share. It's a sharing economy. We have the opportunity to share in the profits of the network marketing company, and that is how we actually create wealth. So I'm just putting that on to just clarify for anyone who probably feels, there's something wrong with the business model, or they've never believed in the business model. Somebody's writing on my screen. They never believed in the business model, or they think that there's something wrong with network marketing. It is a perfectly legitimate business. It is an upgrade of my status to be able to be a blessing to other people and to introduce them to our wonderful products. So I'm going to stop my screen share now. so that we can just continue. Okay. All right. Thank you. So that is to answer your question. I hope I've done justice a little bit to that question. I know a lot of people,
definitely,
a lot of people they worry about that, about their status and whether it's going to affect their reputation. But I always say to them, if you know what you're involved in and you understand it, and you can explain it to other people, this is a perfectly legitimate business model. It's just that it's not the traditional one that we're all used to. But with this model, when you buy the same products that you have bought in the shops, you make a profit, you make money, you create wealth. Whereas when you go to the shops and you buy the same product, you get nothing. So I think it's perfectly legitimate and it upgrades my status. It doesn't downgrade my status at all.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ma. I love the passion which you are explaining it. Look, it's not downgrading, it's upgrading me. However, a lot of people still face that rejection. And whether we like it or not, some people will still not accept what we're saying. So in prospecting, you will still have rejections. How have you been able to tackle those rejections?
Okay, to be honest, somebody's making a comment that they can't hear me. I'm not sure. Can you hear me? You can hear me clearly.
We can hear you very well.
All right, okay.
So person can just check his or our audio.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, a lot of people, sorry, I've lost my train of thought. Just repeat the question, please.
Yes. Talking about rejection.
Oh yeah, rejection.
Yes,
yeah.
You understand it, but how are you able to handle it when people still say no to you in spite of all of this that you have said to them?
Yes, actually, rejection is fuel for me. It's fuel for me to be determined to achieve my goals. A lot of people say no because they don't understand what you're telling them about, or they are not ready. Sometimes they actually will later do it, but at that point in time, they're speaking to them, they're not ready. I just say to myself, don't take rejections personally. You are offering somebody, an opportunity. You're offering them a life-changing opportunity. You're offering them the opportunity to create another stream of income. You're offering them the opportunity to create wealth. Now, it is up to them to understand what you're saying and to think over it and to accept it or not to accept it. It's not personal against me. If somebody says no, next person, I move on to the next person and speak to the next person. I keep speaking to people, keep encouraging people. I don't ever give up on anyone. I see myself like a farmer. A farmer plants a seed. I don't see myself like a hunter, going out with a gun and you just want to shoot your target, shoot and kill immediately. I see myself more like a farmer. When I started the business, I used to say that a lot to my team as well. Let us be like farmers. You plant a seed, you come and water it. Every day you come, you weed, you tend it, you look after the place. One day the seed produces a harvest for you. So a lot of the time when people say no, it's not final. It's just at that point in time, that's how they feel. It's not personal. You speak to the next person and sometimes you come back to that same person who rejected and the person has changed their minds. I've had people who took a year before they made up their minds that they would get involved in multi-level marketing, they would accept the opportunity I was showing them. But when they did come around, because I had been watering that seed, speaking to them, sending them information, sharing my testimonies with them, encouraging them, when they finally made up their mind, I had people who stayed a year and then they became in as platinum VIPs. I've had people who took a year to make up their minds. And when they did make up their minds, they went on and took off like, a rocket and started building the business. So you do have rejections. The most important thing is to remember that it's not personal. You are presented an opportunity and it's up to the person to say yes or no. Now, this is what I mean by persevering against all odds. Even when you have so many people saying no, there will be some that will say yes, and those ones will run with it. And those ones who run with it, they will encourage you to keep going and you keep persevering no matter the obstacles that you come across. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma. I'll just follow that up immediately with some people come to you and they understand network marketing model. They believe you that it's not a Ponzi scheme, but then they're saying, how much money will I make? How soon will I become a millionaire? So I come in as a VIP. When will my shares double? How do you handle those technical rejections?
Yeah, I think one of the mistakes that we have made in network marketing, which is why some people have a bad impression, is that we're giving people the impression that you can come in today and be a millionaire tomorrow. Now, I said to you that it's a legitimate business opportunity. Even though it's non-traditional, it's still a business and it's still a legitimate business opportunity. Business needs time to build. You build the foundation and then you start building on the foundation. and then you set your goals and you begin to knock off your goals one by one. Business needs time. Business needs perseverance against all odds. All businesses have ups and downs. All businesses need hard work and persistence for you to achieve your goals and for you to begin to make money. Now, there's a lot of money to be made in multi-level marketing. I've experienced a lot of success in the business, and I know that it is not a fable, it's not a story, it is real. Network marketing is real, our business is real, but it's not overnight. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. A lot of people treat network marketing like a get-rich-quick scheme. So when they come in and within a week or two, they have not made millions, they get disappointed because somebody has told them that you are going to make money overnight. You're going to be a millionaire tomorrow or next month. But it doesn't work that way. Anything that makes you money overnight or in a month, you're already a millionaire, that is a scam. That is actually the definition of a scam. If you're going to start a business today and by tomorrow you're a millionaire, you really need to check it out very well. Is this really a legitimate business? Is this really a real business? But if it is a real business, all businesses take time for you to build. All businesses require some ingredients, perseverance. All businesses require you to put in the hard work and to set your goals. All businesses require collaboration with other people. So it's going to take some time to do that. So if people, get discouraged because they haven't made millions, it's because they were misled at the beginning. It's our job, as leaders and as distributors to actually direct people and actually tell them the truth and never deceive people, never make them feel that they don't have to do anything and then they're going to become millionaires. We need to tell people the truth. If you are persistent, if you persevere against all odds, if you are ready to work, if you are ready to put in your best, if you're ready to set goals and achieve them, if you're ready to work as a team, you be a team player, if you're ready to be teachable, if you're ready to learn, you will make it in this business. So when you put people through the correct way and you teach them the correct way, then you will find out that they'll be more patient and more persistent in achieving their goals, and they'll be able to. Maybe I should share my experience, my story at this point.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
yes,
because I was supposed to do that at the beginning, but somehow we just went straight into the session. So just for those who don't know my story, because some of my team members are here and probably already know my story, but I joined the Long-Read Bioscience International opportunity in January 2016. At that point in time, what I was looking for, my own why, was that I was trying to create an extra stream of income. Like I said, I was already in ministry with my husband, and then we had the TV network, which we had founded as well. I had already worked as a chartered accountant for many years. I had worked for companies like Lloyd and Coca-Cola, international companies. I trained with KPMG. All that was behind me. And I got to a point where I was feeling very unsettled. I really felt like even with all this that I had done, I didn't feel like I was living the life that I wanted. I didn't have the extra income. It was always, struggle to pay bills. There always seemed to be more expenses and bills than the finances that were available. And I really wanted to create a plan B. I really wanted to create an extra source of income. So I've been thinking about that. And to be honest, I was actually going to go back into consulting. I was going to try and see if I could go back into corporate governance consulting. And then this opportunity, came to me in a very odd way. Just as I was thinking of going into consulting and praying about it, I experienced a check in my spirit. I felt like the Lord was saying to me, I have something for you. I have something for you. So I said, okay, let me just wait and be patient. What is it? What is it? And as I was busy asking, what is it? I got a call from my friend who is now my team leader and upline, my good friend who also lives in Milton Keynes with me. We also worship in the same ministry, Pastor SD Pastor Esther Ajala. And she said to me, I'm coming to your house. I want to see you. There's something I want to talk to you about. And then she said two things. She said, network, it's about, well, she didn't say what it was yet. She just said, I'm coming to your house. I want to come and see you. There's a business opportunity I want to talk to you about. Oh, yes. Then she said, it's a network marketing opportunity and it's a Chinese company. And immediately she said that to me. I said to myself, no way, I'm not interested. You can't put those two words in the same sentence. Network marketing and Chinese. I just said, forget it, I'm not doing it. So I started avoiding her. Now, the reason for this was because I had actually been involved in network marketing in the past, and I had not been successful, like many of us, had experienced as well. I had not been successful because I didn't have good mentoring. I didn't have people to teach me what to do. I attempted it just half-heartedly. I didn't put in the hard work. I didn't work smart. And I didn't do well. So this was like 20 years before. And I had said, I would never. I had done about 4 already unsuccessfully. And I said to myself, I will never do it again. Nobody should ever tell me about network marketing again. It doesn't work for me. So when she said network marketing and Chinese, I started avoiding her. And on a particular day, she called me in January 2016, and she said to me, I'm coming to your house this evening. And I said, you know what, I'm so sorry, but unfortunately, I'm out of town, because I was out of town. To my greatest surprise, she said to me, I'll wait for you. I'm going to come to a shop near your house, and I'm going to wait for you. She was very persistent. There's a reason why I'm sharing this story, because I want some of us to know when we try to reach out to prospects and we get discouraged so easily. She could have easily gotten discouraged, because I put her through a lot. She had to go sit at a shop near my house and wait for me for about 2 hours until I came back into town. And then she came to my house around 7 p.m. and she started presenting the business plan to me. I was very skeptical. I was not interested. The only reason I allowed her was because it was her and she was my friend, and I couldn't say no anymore because of her persistence. Now she stayed and presented, but as she started to present, what caught my attention, immediately started to present. She started with the company profile, and then she said the company has been in existence for over 30 years. It's one of the top manufacturers, if not the top manufacturer in China. That first of all caught my attention because I could see it was a reputable company. And then she started talking about the products, and immediately she mentioned the alkaline cup, and she mentioned, that's mine, and she mentioned the sanitary napkins. Immediately the uniqueness of the products caught my attention. By the time she was going through the products, I became very interested because I could see how unique they were compared to what I had done in the past. It wasn't like lipstick and nail polish. I'm not saying that is bad. If anybody is doing that, I'm not saying that is bad. For me, I was not interested in lipstick and nail polish. I wanted products that really touch people's lives, change people's lives, impact people's health. And that was how I was sold. When I saw the alkaline cup and the sanitary napkin, I was sold. And then she said to me, there's going to be a relaunch by Madam Titi Ejimagwa in South Africa in about a week. This was in January 2016. They're going to relaunch the long read business. Please, I want you to invite people. So I was so excited. I started inviting, started telling everybody, because I'd lived in South Africa for about 20 years at this point in time, although I was now in the UK, but still partly in South Africa. I started telling everybody that I knew, told as many as possible, probably as many as 50 people to attend the event. Maybe about 20, 25 showed up, and that was how we took off. And we started working. Now, I'm going to just quickly, tell my story, summarize my story by telling you what happened along the way. We started working. I started telling as many people as I could. As I told people, they told others, they told others. For those who don't believe that it works, it does work. The more people you tell, the more people they tell. So the people I told, because I told so many at the same time, they told so many as well at the same time, and the business started growing. By the end of the first year, I had 2,000 people in my team. Actually, in 3 months, I made that. I was a Diamond 4 leader. In 3 months, I was a Diamond 4 leader. And we started working and persisting. Now, in September 2016, a lady came into the business because it wasn't very fast. It wasn't like it exploded immediately. It was growing, but we were pushing hard, we were working hard. Now, in September 2016, a lady came into the business. Her name is Happy Motaung. And the reason I always mention her name is because I never want her to be forgotten in my business and in my team. In 1 month, she brought in about 100 people into the business in South Africa. Among those 100 people that she brought in was a gentleman called Pastor Jerry Dube, who became a star director later. Pastor Jerry Dube brought in SD4 Vivian Mokome, who is one of the top leaders now globally and in Africa. So you can see that speaking to people, telling them and not getting discouraged has its advantages, because you never know who is going to come into your business. I never knew star director Pastor Jerry Dube. I never knew star director Vivian Mokome. Remember, I knew my uplines, which is Pastor Esther Jala, but I didn't know who I was going to tell. Now, before I speak about them, I spoke to a lot of people. Included in those people was my immediate downline, star director to Pastor Oke Ezebuike. Now, we are in the same ministry, so he was actually one of the first people I told, and he spoke to somebody who spoke to somebody who spoke to Happy Motaung, who spoke to Pastor Jerry Dube, who spoke to Vivian Mokome. And of course, the rest is history. I don't need to tell you about Vivian Mokome if you are in this business or if you're in the Long Reach business. So that is how the business exploded. By the end of 2017, I was a Diamond 5. But then here comes the perseverance part of it. As I got to Diamond 5, end of 2017, we were now I now had about 12,000 people in my team. I started pushing for star director. I started pushing for D6. D6 came. By 2018, D7 came. So 2 years after I joined the business, I was a Diamond 7 leader. I was now pushing for star director. 2 legs had qualified. I had 1 leg left to qualify. That was a Diamond 5 leg. For those who are in the business, long business already, you know what I'm talking about. Those who are leaders. And in 2019, as I was pushing for star director, my husband fell ill. Now, he and I were very close. We did everything together. We ministered together. We worked together on the TV network. We ate together. We traveled together. He named my team Harvest Time team. He encouraged me. He was my greatest supporter, greatest cheerleader. And then he fell ill. And we found out that after a short while, that it was a serious illness. And we then found out, after finding out it was a serious illness, we then found out it was a terminal illness. So from pushing for star director in 2019, after becoming a D7 in 2018, thinking I would achieve my goal in about a year, from pushing for star director, I suddenly found myself with this situation, which I had not expected, I was not prepared for, and had never happened. He had never been ill, even for one day in his life. He had never been in hospital, not one day. So it was a very big surprise, a very big trial, a very big challenge. And we started to look after him. I started to pull back on the business because I could not focus anymore. I could not focus on my goal anymore. And so I started to look after him. Long story short, 7 months of trial and looking after him and very serious illness. He passed on in June 2020. At that point in time, my business was crawling at this stage. I could no longer drive the business the way I had been driving. But I was keeping in touch with my leaders, and that is a mistake. I'll come to that if there's time, the mistakes of the business. I was keeping in touch with my leaders, but I was just barely keeping in touch with my leaders during that time. So my business started to crawl. By the time he passed on and went through a bit of mourning period, by the time I looked back and said, okay, let me try and see if I can revive my business, my third leg had completely collapsed. I had leaders who had given up, who were discouraged, and who had given up on the business. I just was not there to encourage them, hold their hand in this journey. So I had to start all over again to start rebuilding the business, and I'm still on that journey of rebuilding. Now, what I want to bring out in my testimony is that regardless of everything that went on, I said to myself, I will never quit. I will not give up and I will not quit. Against all odds, I'm going to persevere. Even with this great loss, I'm not going to stop. I forgot to say something important. In 2018, when I went to South Africa, one of the times after my D7, I was pushing for star director, we had a meeting. There was a meeting that, masterclass, which was organized by one of my downlines, leader Longwabo from South Africa. He organized that meeting. There were about 500 people or even more in that hall that day. And I said to them, I was encouraging them. This was 2018, before my husband fell ill. I said to them, please repeat after me. Life happens. Don't give up. Don't look back. Don't quit. Something like that. Let me see if I can remember. Life happens. Never give up. Never quit. Life happens. Don't give up. Don't give in. Never quit. I kept on repeating, and I said, repeat after me. Everybody repeat after me. So the way life happens, don't give up, never give in, don't quit. Everybody was repeating after me, and we're all having a good time. This was 2018. I did not know that day that I was actually speaking to myself. I didn't know it was myself I was speaking to. I thought I was encouraging them that whatever happens, never give up, never quit. Until what I went through happened. And then I remembered. I said, you know what? I said to myself, you know what? Life happens, don't look back, never give up, never quit. I had to repeat that mantra to myself. So sometimes when we're encouraging our teams and leading our teams, it's actually also for us as well as leaders. So that was my experience. And I want to use that testimony to just encourage somebody out there. Maybe somebody is listening to me and you're about to give up, or you are going through very difficult challenges. You're going through very serious challenges and you want to give up. I want to encourage you. Life happens. Don't look back. Don't give up. Don't quit. You've set your hand on the plow. Keep going. 10 months after my husband passed on, my dad passed on, my father passed on as well. He used to be the one encouraging me, after my husband passed on. And then 10 months later, he passed on as well. And I said to myself, can I really go on? Will I really be able to do this? Do I really have the strength to continue this journey? Because when my husband passed on, I was still like, no, I'm going to persevere against all odds. I'm going to persevere against all odds. And then 10 months later, when my dad passed, he was 84. It's not like he was young, but just because of it came so soon after the first one. I don't know why. It just hit me so hard and I just started to fall apart. And all of a sudden I was like, can I really do this? Do I want to continue? Maybe I should just give up. Maybe I should just quit. Maybe I should just forget about this. But I remembered my own mantra that I shared in South Africa. And I said, no, life happens. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't quit. And I started to talk to myself. So if somebody out there is discouraged, speak to yourself and tell yourself, no matter what, don't quit. Can I pause here? I know I've been going on.
Wow. That was so touching. And thank you for being vulnerable, for sharing your own story. Of course, it's been so many years, but losing a loved one still remains fresh every day. Our condolences. Thank God for you. Thank God for the way you have been able to continue. I know that somebody is writing it down. Life happens. I won't give up. I won't quit. I will keep going.
Can I correct that? Can I correct that? Because I was trying to remember, but I wrote it down. Life happens. Keep going. Don't give up. Don't quit. Life happens. Keep going. Don't give up. Don't quit. That's the mantra I gave them.
Life happens. Keep going. Don't give up.
Don't quit.
Don't quit.
Yeah.
Awesome. But I want to ask you a quote and unquote silly question. For those who are guests on the show, you said you work. In long reach, when we are saying work, hard work, do the work, what is the work in network marketing?
The most important work we do in network marketing is we speak. We are constantly speaking. We are constantly telling people about the opportunity, telling people about our products. We never keep quiet. We never stop talking. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. So no matter how futile it seems, we never prejudge anyone. The hard work is to keep speaking. That is, from my point of view, what the hard work is. It is to keep speaking and to never stop talking. Never stop talking about our products, never stop talking about the opportunity, never stop sharing testimonies, never stop calling people up, getting in touch with people, following people up. I still do that. Even if the pace varies depending on what you're going through, which is the perseverance against all odds. When my business was crawling and I could not do it at the pace at which I did it at the beginning, remember, everything took off very quickly because of the pace at which I was working. I was talking and talking and talking in 2016. 2016, 2017, I did not stop talking. Everybody I knew that I was in long reach. I was talking, calling people up, sending messages, following those who said no, and I kept doing that. But even when the pace slowed down, I did not stop doing that. I was only doing it at a slower pace, but I did not stop. So that is the hard work. Attending presentations and trainings is the second part of the hard work that I see from my point of view, what I do. Attending presentations and trainings. I never stop attending presentations. I make sure at least once or twice a week, most of the time twice a week minimum, I'm in one presentation or one training or the other. It keeps me learning and it keeps me growing. It keeps me learning and it keeps me growing. It keeps me motivated and it keeps me encouraged, so that when all these challenges come, all these obstacles come, you can keep going and you can keep persevering. So remaining in presentations and staying in the place of training and being open to continue to learn is part of the hard work that we do. Follow-ups is also another part of the hard work. People ask me all the time, but what is it I'm supposed to be doing? What is it I'm supposed to be doing? And I say to them, you're supposed to be talking to people and you're supposed to be following up those that you spoke to before, continuously doing that. Now, sometimes you are doing that hard work and it looks like it's not yielding results. That was what happened to me in 2016 at the beginning. It looked like it wasn't yielding results at first. And then gradually, I just noticed that because I was consistent and persistent, I just noticed it was beginning to grow. And it doesn't grow linearly, it grows exponentially. So for those who are working the business, you think, oh, but I only have 3 people. If you keep going and you don't stop talking, those 3 could become 20 in a month. It's not necessarily that 3 becomes 6 and 6 becomes 12. No, 3 could become 20 because it grows exponentially, and 20 could become 120. It grows exponentially. I had in the first year 2,000 and then second year 12,000. That is not double. It didn't double in the second year. It more than tripled. So I went from 2,000 to 12,000, from 12,000 to about 20,000. As I speak to you now, over 500,000 in 6 years of the business, over 500,000 people in my team. So that's the hard work, to keep going and to keep talking and to never stop talking and to keep working. Of course, know your products. My team leader, SD2 Mama Pablo, always tells us about the 3 KYPs. Know your products, know your prospects, know your partners. Know your products. That is part of the hard work. Some people cannot talk about the products because they don't know the product. They don't use the products. So they can't talk about the product. But if you know your products well, you use them, and you also know your partners, know the people that you're working with well, and know your prospects. That is part of the hard work. It is like you're constantly learning and you're constantly doing. So, that for me is where the hard work is.
Wow. I only wish that, first of all, thank you so much for opening up and for actually encouraging all of us on this call tonight. And it actually showed the tenacity you had, the perseverance you had, and everybody can actually see you as a very strong woman. And why I said this is that it will be good for us when this is uploaded, you go back to YouTube, Long Reach CIG, log in there to get, because you didn't hear it all. And I used to tell people, no two meetings of CIG Sunday Night Live are the same. What we have had tonight is a different story entirely. And we are actually we are encouraged, some of us that are struggling in the business and all that. Thank you so much, Ma, for opening your hearts to us. And that's, I know that's what mothers do. It is men that want to combat everything with the ego. They will not show everything out. But as mothers, you have actually given us what made you stronger. Thank you so much, Ma. Now, in your profile, we read about you being attracted with the products, and you also made mention of towards the Esther Jala that came to you, talked about the pie cup, the sanitary napkin, and you were sold. And I was saying back to myself that you are not sold, you are bought in. So, so it is very difficult for any ardent product user of Long Reach to pick best products. But let's limit it to like 3. Which are your best products and the testimonies you have on them?
You know, that's the most difficult question. That when people ask me, I just think I don't even know how to answer this, because I use all the products except Libao. I use all the products. So and I use them on a daily basis. But if I have to choose my favorite, I mean, if I just say what I use on a daily basis, I have to say that at least before I say my favorite. On a daily basis, I use the berry oil every day. I use the Afro every day. I use the toothpaste every single day. I use the mouth freshener. It's always in my bag. I carry it everywhere I go, especially when I fly. It's very good for all, you know, when you finish flying and all that, you spray your mouth. Or on church after Sunday, as a pastor, you've been talking and talking, you quickly spray your mouth. I use the hand cream every night. Unfailingly, I use the hand cream. I use the panty liners every day. You can see I drink the coffee every day. So I'm really, really a fan of our wonderful products. But if I have to choose my 3 favorites, I would say Afro number 1, because as you know, somebody who is younger and getting younger, you know, I've had situations where I had pain in the knees, especially once I flew on an 11-hour flight to Johannesburg, and for the next, you know, the day after, I just had so much pain in my knees. And when I use Afro under those circumstances, I promise you in 2 days, the pain is gone, 2 days. And then I stay on it because I stay on Afro usually, but even if I've taken a break, if I have knee pain and I stay on Afro, 2 days. And then I also, the sanitary napkin was my very first testimony, the sanitary napkin. In 2016, at that time, I'm older now, but in 2016, at that time, I was still having periods and I was having a lot of period pain. The sanitary napkin was the first product I got a testimony with. I used it, and after a few hours, you know, maybe about 6 or 7 hours, I was like, this thing is not really working, because I used to have terrible sanitary menstrual pain that if I didn't take ibuprofen and paracetamol combined, if I didn't take a combined pill of ibuprofen and paracetamol, I wouldn't even be able to lift my left leg. I wouldn't even be able to stand. So in 2016, when I joined the business, I used the sanitary napkin. And after a few hours, I said, no, this thing doesn't work. Why do they say it helps with pain? So I went to bed. I thought, oh, well, you know, it didn't work. When I went to bed and woke up, the pain was gone. By the time I woke up in the morning, the pain was gone. Now, I didn't still notice, actually. I didn't still notice. It was my husband who noticed. He was the one who said to me, wait a minute, you are not having pain. And you say that this thing is not working? So that was my first testimony with the product. So that the sanitary napkin is my second favorite product. It's a patented product. That is how fantastic it is. And it has that unique strip, you know, that has the anion. So that's my second favorite product. It is, you know, nothing can compare to that product that is out there in the market. And then my third one, and I'm really struggling to choose between all of them, but I think maybe I'll just take, this is my Afro. I can't do without it. Maybe I'll just take the toothpaste as my third favorite, because I can't do without it. My toothpaste, you know, goes with me everywhere. If I travel, if I'm at home, I use the toothpaste. The reason why it's my third favorite is because I used to be a candidate with the dentist. I used to always be at the dentist, one problem or the other, always at the dentist. And I just noticed, I didn't notice immediately, but after about 2-3 years, I just noticed that, wait a minute, I go to my dentist, she just does the checkup and says, you can go. Before, she would say, you have this problem, you have this, come back, this appointment, that appointment. But she just like, you can go. And I suddenly realized, I said, wait a minute, I've been using this toothpaste consistently every day for the past 2-3 years. No wonder. So this is our white teeth toothpaste, favorite of mine as well. I'm using the opportunity to show off our product. That's my Athro. I don't go anywhere without it. That's my hand cream. Every single night I use this on my hands. That's our berry oil. I don't miss it, twice a day. So yeah, those are my favorite products. I also, like I said, I drink the coffee as well. I love that product as well.
Wow, thanks so much, because it's when some people, when we tell them that, like someone like me on a daily basis, I use laundry products of like 14 to 16 every day. And jokes apart, there was a particular time I got to 17, and I just realized that 17 products in a day. Someone would think that is your body the pharmacy or your body the supermarket. But these are some of the things we use every day, even on other products. Yeah. So if I had to use 14 to 16 on daily basis, don't mind, my backup is with me always. So if I had to do, in fact, I had 2 pie cups. So, but because I couldn't get one, I wanted to gift someone, but I couldn't get on time. I had to gift out the other one. So I have to, because I don't like changing my pipe, I leave one permanently at home. So if I'm going out, I carry the other one. And now I have to carry one, change it into the bag. But what am I trying to say? These products are no jokes, and we are not sugarcoating anything. They work. If you are a real product user, you know. And to learn more about products, she talked about what SD Amadu also said, know your products. We do that on Wednesdays. And we have seasoned teachers, seasoned trainers that dissect the content of long-reach products. An average long-reach product, one, can do up to 5 things. Exactly. If you know your products.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
I didn't even talk about taco soap. I didn't want to waste time. I didn't even talk about taco soap, which I love as well.
That's what it is. A lot, the big cuts. Over to you, PY.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much, ma. I mean, listening to you, I'm just wowed, and I'm like, wow. You have been very inspiring, but some people are still on this call who are literally stuck and they don't know how to restart their business. What would be your advice to them?
Yes, I guess that question is relevant to me as well, because I also had a situation where I had to start from scratch again. I would just say, it may sound funny to say this, but this is what I told myself, and this is how I did it. This is how I've been able to hold on. I said to myself, enjoy your business. I said, enjoy your business. Don't look at what has gone wrong. Look at what lies ahead. The wonderful thing about long-reach business, which I forgot to mention because there's little time, so I was trying to cut out so many things. The wonderful thing I forgot to mention is that we never lose our work. We never lose our points. When Mama UK SD2 Esther Ajala came to present, she spent 4 hours with me on that fateful day in January 2016. When she showed me the fact that we have accumulated points in long-reach, we don't lose our points. When she showed me that, I realized that you can only go forward, you can't go back. So if there's anyone, your points never get flushed, you never lose your points. So you never lose your work. The work you have done, you never lose it. It's sitting there in your account. The points are sitting there, they are waiting for you to continue the journey. So if there's somebody out there who is still discouraged, even after all we have said, what I would say to you is make up your mind that you're not going to abandon those points that you have kept, that you have accumulated in your account. You're not going to abandon the work you have done. You're going to start again and make up your mind this time to enjoy the business. Don't be so desperate to say, you know what, I've got to be a millionaire overnight. Just focus, set your goals and begin to work towards them and focus on achieving your goals. Life is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Life is also not a race against anybody. You stay in your own lane and run your own race, run your own marathon. And I've got loads of star directors under me, in my team. If I were to look at that and say, oh, I've got star directors, I'm going to be discouraged. No, I stay in my lane, They know me, and I stay in my lane, I run my race. So I would encourage anybody who is discouraged, stay in your lane, run your race, restart your business, start talking again. The reason why you are discouraged is that you have stopped talking. When you start talking again, you get encouraged again, because when you start talking again and you meet people who will believe in what you are saying, it encourages you all over again. And that's what happened to me. I started talking again. And as I started talking again, I started getting the response again. And I said, yes, I did it before and I can do it again. I did it before and by the Lord's help, and I can do it again. So I will encourage anybody who is discouraged, who feels stuck, just start talking again. Just go back to the basics and start doing what it was that you did at the beginning. Just start talking to people again. Don't get put off by their no. Don't give up. Start attending presentations again to build your motivation and to build your knowledge. And then you begin to see the results again. And that will now encourage you to carry on. And as you carry on that process, enjoy your business. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the presentations and the trainings. Don't go with a heavy heart. Go with hope. Go with faith and say, I will make it. And you will begin to see the results again, and your business will begin to respond again to your hard work. I don't know if we're going to have an opportunity, but maybe later, maybe after a couple of questions, I'll touch quickly on mistakes, some of the mistakes that people make, and even I made some of those mistakes as well, but not yet. We can carry on for now with questions. Yeah.
The truth of the matter is that, let me pause to say that it will be nice because usually we can't have the fullness of your presentation in one session. It's not possible. So please, in your diary, get us another date that is not too far, because we always have season 2 with people like you. You can't just go like that. We can't just go like that. But like the mistakes you talked about now, I want you to go on it now. But before then, I just want to show to the people on this call and how she's been encouraged over the years, because we got some pictures. If you, as a Diamond 7, you are having one star director under you, you can still manage. You have 2 star. Now you have 4 star. Okay. So it will be. Now it shows, because of a truth. We see the courage, we see the charisma you still carry, despite the fact that, in fact, this topic fits you very well, because you're actually persevering against all odds. So I just want people these are some of the testimonies she's had, because these are South Africa Diamond 7. So these are some of our testimonies. You can see her, even as a pastor, you see the standing, even though this was a Long Reach event, but you know when the pastor stands. That with her is the Ajala. Wow. Thank you so much, ma'am. So can you tell us now, those mistakes that happened, how were you able to, you deduce those things and you came out with a better and flying colors? You can do that for us in 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I'll just quickly run through. I won't have time to talk too much about how we came out of it, but some of the mistakes that I made personally, and I know a lot of people make those mistakes as well, is when you are working in a market that is not your original, market or your culture, you need to take time to understand the people and understand how they work and how they think. So some of the mistakes I made in dealing with my South African team, because my team, I started from South Africa, not from Nigeria, although I have team in Nigeria and UK, but I started first of all with the South Africa relaunch. And as we worked together, I started realizing I needed to learn a little bit more about the South African culture, because some of the things that are okay in one culture, in another culture is offensive. And some of the things that are okay in their culture is offensive to us, because I'm not originally South African. I only lived there as my second home. So that's one of the things that I learned in multi-level marketing, in network marketing. You need to know your your partners. You need to actually understand the market. And I made that mistake of not really fully understanding. And I know I offended quite a bit of my team members at the beginning, but I later corrected it by learning and asking questions. So ask a lot of questions so that you can know your partners well and know what is important to them and what they consider to be offensive and how they work together so that you can flow with that as well. Another mistake is when we concentrate on our leaders and we forget about the newer people who join the business. So for example, if you have the kind of team I have, you have a lot of star directors, D7s, D6s, and D5s, and I was focusing a lot on those people because they are very driven and you are the ones that encourage you. But then in the process, you forget your D1s to D4s. I later learned that D1 to D4 is actually the most important level in the business. The newer leaders who are just coming up, they need the encouragement. They are the ones who need you to hold their hands and to tell them that don't quit, you will make it. Because at that point, they are working very hard, but they are not yet seeing the higher income, so because they are just building the foundation. So one of the mistakes we make as leaders, and I also made that mistake, is focusing on the stars, those who are really shining, and forgetting those who are actually still slugging it out and still trying to see if they can make headway. So that was another mistake that I think I made. Quite a few, but I think because of time, because you said 2 minutes, I will just stop with those. Okay, social media is another one. I was very social media shy. I'm probably still a little bit social media shy, but I'm getting better. I think it was a very big mistake on my part, and I would encourage everyone who's listening not to be shy of social media. I was very shy of social media. I didn't want to touch it because I'm a bit old school. Those of us who are old school, who were brought up in the generation where they said, if you are succeeding or if you are doing something, rather hide it, don't let the whole world know. Don't let everybody know your business, just do your things quietly. So I didn't want to be out there in the public at all. I just wanted to do my business quietly. And so even when everybody else was jumping on social media, I was like, that's good for you. You can go ahead, but I'm not doing that. Only in recent months and last few couple of years that I've really started to get active on social media, and I'm no longer as shy to put out what I'm doing. So that's another mistake. Let us not be social media shy. It's a very good way of meeting people, and it's a very good way of meeting new contacts. And you can always control what it is you put out there. You don't have to put everything out there if you are not comfortable with it. Some people are comfortable to put everything. This was my dinner, this was my lunch. They are comfortable to put everything out there. If you're not comfortable with that, like I am, you can still keep it a little bit under control, but we need to use social media. So I think those are 3 mistakes I can immediately just talk about, and I can stop there.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow.
That's my team leader, star director too. Pastor Okay is my team. I'm his direct sponsor, so I would like him to speak.
All right, you can unmute yourself, sir. If you cannot come on camera, it's fine.
Hello, how are you all?
We are good, sir. You're welcome, boss.
Yeah, it's actually been a gripping session. I was actually on the road when I logged on, but I just got into the house now. Yeah, the story of Pastor Pam, reminds me of the beginning days, and we're still on it. We're still on the road, So just to encourage everyone, the business works if you put your work on. If you work it. Actually, that's the way it is. And one advice I'll give is don't be jealous if you have downlines who are actually progressing. Encourage them, because I've seen a whole lot of things in the business whereby some top leaders or some leaders, after they've seen their downlines achieve higher ranks than them, they begin to try to subdue them or steal from them, their downlines and all that. No, it shows that, their success is your success. And at the end of the time, look, this thing has not ended yet. As long as you, continue to produce leaders, okay, and your heart is to see other people, progress and succeed, I think that should give you fulfillment. And the business can turn tomorrow and you become, the topmost rank, leader, and all that. And look, and it doesn't matter what happened. Longreach is actually one of I've seen other networks come and go, and a lot of leaders, jumping ship and all that, and a lot of them regretting making such decisions. But patience is a virtue. You need patience in this business, you know, and you must be convinced that this is what you really want to do. Okay, if you don't have that, it will be difficult for you to actually, you know, go the long haul. It's a marathon.
Thank you, sir.
It's not a sprint.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. You know, as a pastor, we don't enter into another session of sermon.
The only thing missing here is hallelujah, praise the Lord.
Yeah, because I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of pastors tonight, and I can understand. I can relate with that.
I just want to acknowledge him. He's star director too, like I said, Pastor OK, and he was one of the first people I sponsored in South Africa in 2016. He ran with the business and overtook me to my great joy and pride. And he's now one of the top leaders in South Africa. Thank you, Pastor OK, for your comments.
Thank you so much. Wow. Mama UK eventually joined, and our time is fast spent. That's another pastor that we take another session.
Please allow her 1 minute. 1 minute. Mama UK.
She won't use 1 minute. She won't use 1 minute. I know her. She's our mother.
That's my team leader.
Let her come in. Let her come in.
I'm really sorry, but something has happened to my sound, and I can't really hear what you're saying properly.
We can hear you. We can hear you clearly, ma'am.
I couldn't join when I was supposed to join, and I really need to shoot off. And I just came in to say a quick hello. I just want to say that this is an amazing leader who really set South Africa on fire with her perseverance, and I'm forever grateful for everything that Pastor Pam did with her team down there in South Africa. Things have never been the same since. But I gotta go now. I just came in to honor her. I have to go.
Thank you.
There's something is even wrong with the sound. I can't hear hear you properly. So good evening, good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you, Satan. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right. SD, can you just do for us in a few minutes?
Pastor Pamela, we are indeed very grateful. And of course, accept our condolences on behalf of the entire CIG team. When I met her in the car award in the anniversary in the UK last month, I just said, we must host you in a closer date, give us a date. And she accepted willingly. And believe you me, I never knew we are going to have something that 1 hour cannot cover. I know if I go back again, Oliver Twist, she will still give me another day. She's a pastor. You know, she likes touching life. So I'm coming back to your DM very soon after this meeting. So expect me. We are going to have you again, maybe 3 sessions so that we can break it for 1 hour. Thank you so much. We want to say thank you to Pastor OK, 2-star director in the South African market. He actually launched out the South African market to be so big the way it is today. You know, in fact, he is a very humble person, unassuming. He too, he was encouraging all of us. He has produced star directors that are even, you know, down there, but he doesn't care. He encourages, he's a father to, you know, directors. And I learn a lot from him from behind the scene because he's just too much. He's a role model for me. I want to say a big thank you to Mama UK. In fact, if not for her, we won't be any bonuses in the UK market. She's done so much. She's done a lot to keep that market going, sacrificed so much. When they say Mama UK, she is indeed Mama UK. She is the one that brought in Pastor Pamela. Through her, Pastor Pamela came into being in Longbridge, and also through Pastor Pamela, 2SDOK came into being. And today, Nigerians drew a lot of inspiration from the South Africans. And today, the market is still growing. We thank you all for your active participation and honoring us to join us in this meeting, and every participant that is out there in this call listening. Don't forget the mantra. She said, don't give up. Don't quit. Keep going. You know, these are things that we tell ourselves, not just telling people. Whatever we say to you, we are saying it to ourselves. And she said it all. There is nothing to add until we hear her next presentation. She will give up. Probably that will be more of a training. She's a super leader. She's a super trainer, a coach. Everything you can talk about, bringing up. If you listen and practice what she says, you will understand that this business is doable. You know, so thank you so much, Pastor Pamela. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring an invitation. We are coming back so soon.
So once again, want to say thank you so much, my Pastor Pamela, for showing up. Thank you for allowing us into your word. And we're going to knock on your door very shortly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, SD Aduru. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless.
Thank you very much. And thank you to everyone who has been a part of this. I'm sure you've got value. Please remember to watch it again and again. You didn't hear it all. Listen and then share it with other people too. Let's encourage ourselves. Let's educate ourselves. And like I will always say, together we win. God bless you.
Together we win. Thank you so much. I will mute everybody just to say thank you to Pastor Pamela and good night, everyone.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. God bless you. Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.